I got a phone call from a young man who was a chaplain, and he told me he was on the scene of my daughter. And I said, on the scene of my daughter? What are you talking about? And he said, yeah, they called me on the scene of your daughter. She was in the apartments. And then I said, what are you telling me? Like, get to the point, what are you telling me? And he was telling me that he was there because they had found my daughter and they had cut her down, and they had found her hanging from a dog leash. She tried to hang herself, or she did hang herself, and they cut her down. Police came, paramedics came, and initially they thought she was dead, but they found a little bit of life left in her. So they told the chaplain to go home, which called me. But they transported her to the emergency room. So I rushed to the emergency room, and we were there for 11 days. 11 days I prayed, I spoke to her. She couldn't respond to me. She would open her eyes out of a state of unconsciousness and look at me. I said, hey, if you can hear me, squeeze my finger. She was squeezing. But she never said nothing to me. I sung to her, I prayed with her, I talked to her. And I know she heard me. So I spoke life over her for those 11 days. People had to encourage me to go home and shower and go home and sleep in my bed, but I didn't want to leave her side. So 11 days we were there, and then meanwhile I was still trying to be a father to my other children and coach little baseball. And 11th day we were headed to practice, and somebody told me hey, you need to get to the hospital immediately. And I went up there, and they told me basically that they were going to have to take my daughter off life support. Her kidneys were failing. And they said, you have to make a decision to leave her on or take her off. But they said her kidneys are failing, meaning that she can't talk. She has no brain activity. They said, we don't know if she's in pain or not. So after receiving some wise counsel, we decided that we were going to take her off. And either God was going to heal her